sweatpants. All right. Did you read about me in the newspaper at all?
No, I did not.
Okay.
What have you been up to?
You know I went out to California on Friday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The reports reached home already?
Yeah. I went out to California Friday, Los Angeles, obviously, to some movie business. Of course. That's always cool to say. But don't open your paper or anything.
I'm flipping to the page right now.
No, because I'll make a game out of this. Fred, did you read about me in the paper?
No, I did not.
Okay, good. Okay. Did you?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. I get on board the airplane.
Yes.
You know, in the first class section, because I'm a big star, I got to be in first class, or else I'd be hounded by my fans.
They wouldn't even be able to get the plane off the ground.
Right. It would be mass pandemonium if I was seen in business or coach.
That's right.
And this flight I had to pay for myself, unfortunately. This is the first time I've ever gone out to L.A., and I figured out a way to get someone else to pick up the tab.
You actually bought a ticket?
Yeah, I was really bummed.
Are you able to at least write it off for business reasons?
Oh, yeah, of course. That's definite business. There's no pleasure.
But weren't you shocked by the price?
Yeah, I was. I was like, wow, this costs a lot of money.
Isn't it like over $2,000?
Yeah, my hotel is over $2,000.
You going to pay for that, too?
And
yeah.
that was a weekend.
Yeah, that was a weekend. I stayed in that room the whole weekend because I said, I'm paying for it. I want to enjoy it.
There's got to be some kind of room.
Yeah, this better be good. Well, anyway, so I get on the plane Friday, right after the show.
Yeah.
Okay? Right after the show, I get on the plane.
Oh, you're a jet setter.
I'm a jet setter. I leave here, get on the plane, blah, blah, blah. It is really cool. I sit down.
Yes.
And like 20 minutes into the flight, I had the weirdest premonition. Now, this has never happened to me in my life, but I'll tell you about it in a minute. But who do you think? I'm going to have to make a game out of this.
Ooh.
Who do you think would be the worst goddamn person?
For you to sit next to?
Just practically next to. In other words, I'll tell you where I was.
All right.
Here's 2 rows. Here's 2 rows. Okay, like side by side, left and right. And in the middle is just singular seats.
Singular. Okay.
Yeah, one
Just
seat.
one seat.
I was in the singular seat here, and these 2 people were here.
Okay.
2 people, so I'm sitting virtually next to them.
Who could be the worst?
Men or women?
A man and a woman.
Kathie Lee and Regis.
Kathie Lee and Frank Gifford.
Oh, you're kidding?
Oh, man. Holy mackerel.
Are you kidding?
No.
You were stuck in first class?
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah, yeah.
Frank Gifford
Yeah.
and Kathie Lee?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny. Howard, you should have had them land the plane.
Oh, man, you don't know what was going on.
Well, what the hell? How did you...
All right, let me tell you what happened.
The whole thing. You got to tell us, like, when you got there, when you decided.
First of all, every time I've traveled on a plane to Los Angeles, I've always made sure to bring somebody with me.
Yes, I was going to say, you were alone?
Yeah. This time, I was talking to my agent. Usually I travel with my agent, or I'll travel with Ronnie, or even Ralph, somebody.
I would have gone.
Well, I decided this time, I wasn't looking for company. That's precisely it. I don't want to be with Baba Booey. You know what I mean? No offense. I see you all week. I wanted to be alone. And once I got out there, I was going to be doing business with my agent. So I'd see my agent, and that would be it.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, every time I go, it's so uneventful. It's such a non-event.
This would only happen to you.
That I really don't need to bring people with me for security blanket or anything.
There's never been a problem.
And, you know, it's crazy. I said, what do I always got to be traveling with people? I'm not a baby. You travel by yourself. You enjoy it. You get into it. I like to watch a movie. I like to, you know, go to sleep, whatever. So I get on the plane, and I'm sitting there like maybe 20 minutes in, and all of a sudden, I see a guy who kind of looks like Frank Gifford.
Oh, no.
Kind of looks like him. It wasn't Frank Gifford. Now, this is what's weird about it. I go, you know what? I think Frank Gifford and Kathie Lee are on this plane. Even though this guy kind of looks like him, I think they're on this plane. Now,
why do you think that?
Now, you know that most people get, if someone has an ESP experience, you would like it to be about the first race at Belmont, Aqueduct,
or
anything. The lottery, something. I'm tuned into Kathie Lee and Frank Gifford. Then I say to myself, this is absolutely ridiculous. So, Howard, what are you thinking?
Why are you thinking that?
So why are you thinking that? That's absurd. You're having a nice flight here. People are being very charming.
It's going to be good. You're alone.
Nobody has said a word to you about Kathie Lee or Frank Gifford. Why would you think that? So I start looking around the plane anyway, just for the heck of it. And there, right to my right, literally like a little, it was like not right to my right, but just off to the right.
In front of you? A little bit in front or a little
bit in front? A little bit in front.
So you could see them, but they had to turn around to see you.
But believe me, they knew I was on there. Now, what happened was when I sat down.
They were already there?
They must have been already there. I just didn't notice them.
Okay.
And
that's what I wanted to know. If they walked on and found you, or you were there.
I think they must have.
Found them.
I don't know the answer to that. I'm not sure because I was oblivious. I just sat down and I began reading. I was in the middle of reading something.
You didn't even know how many people were in first class already?
They had said the plane, they had already boarded the plane because what it was, everybody walks through first class to get on this particular plane. So they said to me, do you want to wait? I said, yeah, I might as well wait. I don't want to sit there while everybody views me like Lenham's corpse or something. You know what I mean? I don't like Ayatollah.
Have that barrage of people coming by.
Yeah, so I said, I'll wait, you know. I don't want to cause a major scene. You know, if people see me, they can't handle it. So I just, I sat down. I don't know if they were brought on after me. Or
before you.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I was unaware.
And you didn't run into them before.
No, which is odd.
Yeah.
Because I was brought on by special services, and you think they must do the same treatment.
Wait, don't you have a place like the Captain's Club or something where you wait?
Well, they did. This is weird. They didn't put me in the Captain's Club. They put me in my own private room.
That's why.
Maybe they were in the Captain's Club.
Yeah, but they gave me a choice. They go, do you want to go to like the first class club, or we can give you your own room? And I said, hey, give me the own room. I don't want to deal with anything. So it was one of the. Listen, I don't think it was that.
All right.
Because they gave me a choice.
Because I'm just wondering if there was a possibility that you could have run into them before if you had gone to that club.
No. Possibly. Who knows? Something we'll never know, Rob. One of life's mysteries. So, wait a second. This gets more bizarre. So I start looking around the plane, and I see a guy. Now I'm looking at him from behind. He's got a bald spot, and he's got like
that funny
color hair that guys dye their hair when they get old.
Right.
But I see his arm and his wrist, and they're big, like a football player.
Oh, and I'm going, big guy. I didn't even know.
Yeah, and I'm looking, and I go, that could be Frank Gifford. I go, are you insane? Why do
you keep saying this?
Yeah, why am I saying this to myself? And I start to get this nervous feeling in my stomach that could be Frank Gifford. And then I look to see the woman he's sitting with, and all I can see is the top of her head, and it's that perfectly combed hair, like. No, perfectly coiffed, like a football helmet.
Yeah.
But a beautiful honey golden color. And I'm going, that could be Kathie Lee. I go, wait a second, that can't be. I said, why am I thinking this? This is absurd. Where's Cody and Cassidy? So I'm looking at this guy who I thought was Frank Gifford, who's sitting behind them. And I'm saying, maybe that's like Frank Gifford's brother or something. The guy really looks like...
Maybe Frank Gifford travels with a guy who looks like him.
Yeah, like maybe a Frank Gifford look-alike or something's going on, but I don't know what was going on. All of a sudden, the woman with the plastic hair sitting next to the guy who I think is Frank Gifford gets up, and I look, and I go, and she's got a huge fat ass. And I'm going, that ain't Kathie Lee. I'm like, I breathe a sigh of relief. It's not Kathie Lee. She got a huge fat ass. I mean, Kathie Lee don't have a big fat ass. So... woman goes up, goes to the bathroom, and she gets up in such a way that you keep, like she's like facing the opposite way. I can't see. While she's in the can, I'm going, that can't be Kathie Lee. I go, but I keep looking, and I see, and he turns to the side. It's Frank Gifford. I say, it's Frank Gifford traveling with a woman.
All right, now you got a scoop. He's cheating on Kathie.
Yeah, no, but I didn't even think, like, he must have, maybe it's a publicist or something, somebody, an agent, who knows who it is.
This is all just 20 minutes into the flight.
20 minutes into the flight.
The plane is in the air.
Yeah, plane's in the air. I can't get off.
20 minutes into a 6-hour flight.
Right. So... now I'm like consumed with this, and I'm waiting for this woman to come back from the can because I want to see who she is. And the thing opens.
How long is she in the can?
3-4 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't think she was doing. Who knows? So all of a sudden, who walks in? It's Kathie Lee.
She opens that door. Yeah. You're looking at her face.
And not only that, her body looks sensational. She doesn't have a fat ass. I must have got like a weird sight of something.
Right.
I don't know what it was. She's wearing like a really tight outfit, like a pantsuit kind of thing. And she looks like Kathie Lee. And she's got a nice body. I don't know where I got this fat ass thing from.
Do you guys make any eye contact?
No eye contact. She keeps her eyes averted and down. And she gets into the chair. And now, all of a sudden, I got this nauseous feeling in my stomach. I'm going, holy cow.
There's another 5.5 hours to go.
So I'm sitting there. And next to me on my left-hand side, don't forget I'm in the middle aisle, this kind of real chubby guy who's traveling with what looks like a model or something. So I figure he's some big famous Hollywood producer or something because this guy's almost obese. And he's traveling with a piece of ass like you never saw. That's what goes on in first class, especially when you go to Los Angeles.
Yeah, you see these incredible women with
ugly guys.
Geeks.
Yeah. And all of a sudden he turns to me and he goes, he had said to me, Howard, big fan, all that. He goes, oh, man. I go, yeah.
He's bonding with your
He goes, can you believe this? I go, I can't believe this. He goes, oh, I wish, could we get a picture of this? I go, no. I said, dude, please. mellow out, okay? He goes, oh, I wouldn't believe
This
it.
is like right after you've discovered it?
The whole plane is obviously living this drama that I was unaware of.
Oh, no.
The whole plane is aware that she and I are on the same flight with Frank Gifford. Now everything's...
How come you're sitting so close together?
It's just a fluke of nature.
They know who's on the plane.
No.
You think that they would...
No.
Yes,
You think a guy who
actually, now, when you do make a flight, you have to give... Like, I used to do it under an assumed name.
Right.
You have to give me your real name because they check...
the ID and all
ID and everything.
Yeah, but
although nobody checked my ID.
Half those people that work at the airport are like foreigners and stuff.
Well, you want to know how I know it wasn't planned? I'll tell you how. Because my travel agent...
It wasn't planned. It should have been planned is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you why it wasn't planned. I mean, you couldn't have planned it better. But I got the last seat on the plane. The plane was almost all booked. In fact, I was on wait list, and I just got that last booking. So that was the last seat.
No, I'm not saying that they did. It wasn't planned. I'm saying it should have been planned. The moment that you were on that flight and they had Frank Gifford and Kathie Lee, somebody should have thought to separate.
Oh, yeah. Well, forget it. Nobody was thinking this through. You know what I mean? So all of a sudden, I'm now sitting there, and I'm looking again at Gifford's arm. And I'm going, Jesus Christ, this guy's pretty powerful looking.
Oh,
and I'm going, wait. So this whole monologue going on in my head. I go, okay, let's think this through. This guy, and then he gets up to go to the bathroom, right? While I'm having this thought, and I'm looking, and he's kind of like limping and crap, you know. So I'm going, okay, I go, he's going to come over and say something. I know it because he has to defend Kathie Lee's honor.
Oh no.
And I'm going, but wait a second, the guy's got to be like 70-something years old. Now this is a no-win situation. If he comes over and I got to beat his ass, I've beaten up a 70-year-old man.
Yeah, you're going to be a cad anyway you look at it.
And if he comes over and beats my ass, I've been beaten up by a 70-year-old.
Right.
You know, a 7-year-old took me out. And I'm going, I can't believe this. This is the reality of goofing on somebody relentlessly. And now...
You're changing your way.
No. I didn't see God. I just said to myself, okay, I got to deal with this situation. Yeah. And I had this nauseous feeling... And I'm sitting there watching the movie, you know, whatever it is. They give you these little movies, you know what I mean? Right in your chair. And worst movies I have. But the whole time I'm watching out of the corner of my eye Gifford and Kathie Lee.
What are they doing? Are they watching movies?
No. You know they have one main screen up, and they were showing stuff from ABC television on the big main screen.
Okay.
And Giff would get all excited because they were like showing NFL football stuff, and he would like point to it and look at it, you know.
Oh, he's teaching her stuff.
No, he wasn't talking to her, but he was like involved with NFL, and he had. You know,
who's he pointing for?
Who knows at this point? And then Kathie Lee just sits there and reads a magazine the whole time. And I was trying to read what she was reading. Like I was trying to see.
What it was?
It was like a woman's magazine.
Okay, but they're not like deep in discussion or making out or anything.
No. He like rapped her a little bit, but they've been married long enough. I don't think
it's like two old married people.
But it looks real funny because she really is a hot little piece of ass. I mean, you should see. She definitely, looks hot. I mean, she looks hot, and she's traveling with her grandfather.
Yeah.
It's a pisser.
He really doesn't look any good at all.
No, he does not look. He looks like an old guy trying to look young.
And he's falling apart.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Did you, in that entire flight, did you get up to go to the bathroom ever?
Yeah, okay. So here's the move. So now I got to pee like a racehorse because I've been drinking water the whole day because I've been parched. And I get up and pee. And then, like, Kathie Lee or Frank would get up and pee. And then at one point, I got up to pee, and the stewardesses all wanted to take pictures with me.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
So
there's a big hubbub. There's no way they're not aware that you're on the phone.
They're aware, and they're keeping their head...
Painfully aware.
And I said to myself, you know what? They went up one notch in my book because at least they didn't make a scene, and I didn't make a scene. I was like, thank God. At least they're not making a scene. So I was so happy. So finally, the whole plane is buzzing about this. And... the plane is landing, and I can't believe how lucky I am. You know what I mean? I can't believe it.
You got through the whole flight.
I got through the whole flight, and I watched 3 of the worst movies. I should remember what movies I watched. It's a buzz. It's a fuzzy picture now. I saw The Rock, which is the worst movie I ever saw. Oh my God!
I loved it.
You're kidding?
Of course.
Oh, Hoofa! The whole plane was complaining. That was up on the big screen.
With Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery?
Yeah, Kathie Lee didn't watch it, but the Giff.
Oh, that's violent.
Giff like entertained. He was watching violence. Yeah, Kathie Lee was upset. I think. Yeah. This is what I was thinking. And I thought it was so funny, like they wouldn't even make eye contact, and I wouldn't either. It was just
everybody's keeping their eyes down.
Oh yeah.
Look at them at all, and if you did look in their direction, their heads were down.
Oh yeah.
Did you make any attempt to sleep? Like
no, because every time I close my eyes, I say he's going to come over and cold cock me. You know what I mean?
Or strangle you.
Right. But they're not looking for any trouble, and I'm not looking for any trouble. Meanwhile, Cody and Cassidy, Mother of the Year, she's going away to Los Angeles with.
Hey, I'm sure she left them with some kind of baby.
Oh, sure.
They didn't have to watch themselves.
I was going to call the newspaper and say, go check over at Kathie Lee's house, make sure there's a babysitter. That'd be funny. So I'm just like praying to God through these 3 bad movies. First, I rented. Not rented, but they gave me the little individual movies. What the hell was the movie? It was the worst thing. I couldn't even get through it.
What was it about?
Who was in it?
You know what? I'm spacing out. I'll think of it. I'll think of it later. I don't want to space out here on the air. Like it's never happened before. Then, so now it's time to deboard. Get off the plane. Deboard, deplane. So now I'm going, what's the move here? Do I race off? I'll just wait, let Frank and Kathie Lee get off, and then I'll get off. I'll do this civil thing. All of a sudden, the plane lands.
Oh, boy.
And I go, screw this. I panic.
I'm getting up first.
I practically knock over 2 guys. I get right there, and then I have this huge carry-on bag. I'm surprised they let me carry it on. They were very nice about it. American Airlines. They let me carry this big, giant. I didn't want to put it underneath because I just wanted to get that hell off and I had to go make a meeting.
Airport, yeah.
So, boom. I say, can you give me my bag? Where's my bag? Where's my bag? Because I see Frank and Kathie Lee getting out. They give me the bag. I grab it. A guy from Special Services meets me right at the door of the plane. And he goes, oh, hello, Mr. Stern. I go, hi. Here's my bag. He goes, oh, my God. Kathie Lee's on the flight with you. He spots out of the car. I go, yeah, get me out of here. And then, boom, he gets me out of there.
The 2 of you are running through
We're running through the airport. I get me out of here.
Oh, man, running from Kathie Lee.
Holy cow. I was convinced on the way back that Kathie Lee would be on my flight.
Following you back.
Yeah. I came back on Monday. There's no Kathie Lee. Thank God. The only famous guy I had on the way back, who's that 6'7" author, the real big guy? Is it Michael Crichton was on my flight. Yeah, some people were making a big deal about him. Like old ladies were running over and rapping to him.
He sells a lot of books.
Yeah.
And they all get made into movies.
Right.
Yeah.
And he hates his father.
Oh, does he?
I read an article with him where he said they asked about his father. He goes, F him, what did he ever do for me?
Really?
Well, there's a good guy.
Cool. Who, his father or Michael Crichton?
No, him.
Oh.
Yeah, way to go, Michael.
Yeah, you like that. He's like taller than me.
Yeah,
and
he's a big, gorky guy.
Yeah, I went to the can, and he was using the can after me. I just want to say, if he's listening, I went in the can after some steward was in there.
So
he smelled it up. I didn't do it on the plane. And all I know is that Michael Crichton went in after me, and I'm going, oh, man, he's going to think I dooed it. And I didn't do it. I didn't. I swear. I went in after Giff. Giff went to the can, and then I raced up because I figured, let me see what's going on in the can, see if I can figure out see what's going on with the Giff. Because that I had to do, or else you would have said, well, you totally wimped out. So I
can't believe you didn't go in after Kathie Lee.
It was no opportunity. It's like weird. It's very weird. The whole thing. I didn't want to be that obvious, like I was on a mission or something, you know. Like I was trying to be fairly classy.
Going through the can, retrieving her tissues.
Yeah, right. But I went in. I figured maybe the seat will be all wet after Giff or something, but it wasn't. It was pretty clean in there.
He kept it clean.
Yeah, he kept it pretty together.
Well, good for him.
Yeah, the Giff. The Gift. It's really funny to watch her traveling with him because he's gotten, probably when she married him, he was in fairly reasonable shape. And
I don't know,
but it's like, man.
He still was as much older than her as he is now, and she was just younger.
Yeah,
so it still probably looked weird.
She definitely looks like a chippy, you know what I mean?
She looks like the trophy wife.
Yeah, it's funny.
Every time I see him, all I can think of is that she makes him go get his colon checked every 2 months.
Yeah, I know. And he looks like a guy who gets his colon checked every 2 months because when he walks, he kind of like has like a little. It looks like a little limp or something. Yeah, like if you had your colon checked that much, you'd be limping too. But thank God there wasn't an incident because it would have been really messy. Because then I was just saying to myself, if he comes over, I'm gonna slug him.
I suppose he knows how old he is too, so he can't do much.
But if there are words, I said I'm gonna let him know how I feel because I said he's gonna come over and go, hey man, I just want you to know that we think you're disgusting or something, and I'm just gonna go, hey, the feeling's mutual. Yeah. I had it all worked out, I wasn't gonna.
I can't even imagine that they would do that.
Yeah, you know what? I needed you on the plane. Oh, listen to this.
What?
So now I'm freaking out. I'm on the plane with Kathie Lee and Frank Gifford. I'm flipping out and I go, I got to talk to somebody. So they get now, and on American Airlines, your phone is right in your seat.
Oh, yeah, it's right there.
Who knew? And people can call you from the ground. There's a way of giving them your number.
No.
Yeah.
Now that's new.
That's cool. So while you're in the plane, you can take calls.
My phone is ringing.
Wait, who's this? I should just have people calling me. So I call my assistant. I call my wife. My wife's not home. I get on the phone with my assistant, Laura. And they were literally so close to me, I didn't want them to...
I was going to say, you have to yell.
Yeah.
I'm on the plane with Frank Gifford.
Yeah, right. So I didn't want to do that, so I go, Laura. She goes, yes. All right, listen to me. This is Howard. I'm calling from the plane. Yeah, what is it? What are you whispering? I said, listen to me. I have to tell somebody something, and you're the only person I can get a hold of. I'm going to spell a name now. This is who I'm sitting next to on the plane. She goes, what? I said, I'm going to spell.
Oh, my God, spelling.
I go, K. She goes, yeah. A. Yeah. T. She goes, oh, my God. Oh, my God. I go,
oh, my God.
I go, I had to talk to somebody about it.
Hey, what would happen, like, if who's in charge of... I mean, I'm sure this doesn't happen often, but say you guys get into a fist fight, or if he hit you or something.
The stewardess.
Yeah, but I mean, who's in charge?
The captain.
And would they have to land the plane, or would they be both arrested?
They'd have to be arrested.
They could. They have done that many, many times.
Yeah, in retrospect, like everyone has said to me, well, they're not looking for trouble.
And of course, everybody would be arrested once they reached the ground.
Yeah, and I'd have to.
Agents would be there.
And I didn't start the fight; it was Gift. and think how ridiculous I'll feel, like this old man who gets his colon checked every 2 months, and I'm fighting.
I can see the headlines now. All of them would be against you, no matter what.
Right.
And every time
even if he beat you up,
I know.
it would be against you.
Every time I tried to go to the bathroom, I tried to look like real tough, like I was walking through like Darth Vader, and I was like, I'm like,
with your fists full.
Yeah, like I'm making fists and I'm going like this, just to show them that I can handle myself. Because that'll scare them off.
I got a set of nunchucks.
Yeah, right. That would have been fun. Hit myself with the nuts of my nunchucks. Nunchuckers. Yeah, I should have a switchblade. Like a jet.
Really?
So,
feet as you
yeah, right. This is a warning. So anyway, it was like copacetic, man.
Well, I'm sure you were the buzz at their weekend soiree.
Oh, yeah. And Kathie Lee, like we heard from certain people, Kathie Lee cries when my name is mentioned and stuff. And now the incubus is sitting right behind her.
She's had to actually be in a plane.
It was good versus evil. Ooh. And I'm sitting there getting myself psyched up. I'm like, I'm better than you. I'm better than you.
So you had an ongoing argument in your head the whole time.
Oh, there was a dialogue going on. Big dialogue. I was sitting there going nuts. Oh, my God.
It wouldn't have been any better if anybody else had been with you.
No, but at least I would have had somebody with me that I could have, talked to about this experience.
But that's all you would have talked about.
Right. It would have been awful. Yeah, you know what? And then I wouldn't get to watch the 3 crummy movies.
That's right.
God, I wish I could remember what movies they were. The Rock was awful.
Oh, stop.
Just awful.
You're cranky.
Hated it. Did you see it?
No.
Did you see it, Fred?
I have no desire to see that movie.
It was awful.
It looked
bad. It was an action film. I love action films.
It was great.
Then I rented something called Phantom. I watched 5 minutes of that.
Horrible.
Awful. It was about superhero guy.
That's worse than Lois and Clark on TV.
Yeah, it was just so bad. I like Lois and Clark.
Well, I like it too, but they're ruining it. The Superman does nothing but blow people.
Hey, what's wrong with that? What does he do? Is that X-rated? You mean blow on people?
Every time somebody comes in,
he blows cold air on him. He's like a super air conditioner. Or he uses his heat vision.
That's right.
Yeah, I know.
The 2 things he has.
That's the only 2 effects they have. He doesn't even fly that much. Superman. Yeah, they got to get some effects on that show.
Know. But the Phantom was like a guy like Superman. He had no superpower.
Gary tells me Lois and Clark is getting its ass kicked.
By Third Rock from the Sun and Touched by an Angel. Third 3 weeks in a row.
Touched by an Angel? I don't understand that at all.
Bad.
Isn't it that Michael Landon show?
It's a ripoff of the Michael Landon show. Now it's women who are angels who come and intercede in everybody's lives.
Was it Ruby D?
Della Reese.
Oh, Della Reese. I can't tell them apart.
I can't think of the first movie I rented. That's what I'm sitting here trying to obsess on because it's really bad. I only got through half of it, and The Phantom I only watched 5 minutes of. Oh, damn. Can't think of it.
I don't know what they would even be showing on the plane.
They had Twister, but I was like, I'm not going to watch that on a 3-inch monitor.
Had you seen it at all?
No, he hasn't seen it.
I haven't seen anything. Then I tried to rent Fargo, but everyone had rented it before me.
Yeah, they had already gotten their dibs in on that one.
Yeah. Sucked. That's the coolest thing about American Airlines, man. Those little tiny individual TV screens in first class.
Well, they're not the only airline that has it.
Oh, really? Who else has it now?
I think in some United flights.
Yeah, but American's the only one that flies direct, I think, to Los Angeles.
No, United does, too. Continental does.
It does?
But Continental doesn't have the individual movies, I don't
forget
think.
I wouldn't fly with them.
But United does.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right, let me take a break. That was my trip out there.
Whew, I don't envy you at all.
Oh, my God.
That must have been a nightmare.
It was freaky. It was worse than when we watched the movie with Regis.
Well, because that's what I thought. I flashed on that for a second, and you were pretty bad then. And Regis was in front of us.
Yeah, no, this was much worse. Oh, man. This was nasty.
And the whole time it was like, nobody wanted to talk. Nobody wanted to say anything.
And it was making me think of the movie. You know, because the sort of a movie. Yeah, it was like really weird.
Sheesh.
Yeah. I tell you what, I know there's a lot of people on the phone. Just hold on through these commercials, and I'll get right to you as soon as we get back.
I would love to know what she said when she got off.
Oh, I don't know.
Frank must have got to that hotel and were like, can you believe
the whole plane was buzzing.
You think they prayed when they got off the plane?
You know what? I felt like the devil.
You know what? Maybe she lost religion because that's not supposed to happen.
Unbelievable. Hey, Scott,
how could there be a God?
Hey, Scott, I need a telephone cord in here for my computer.
How could there be a God if she winds up on a plane with Howard?
Yeah, I know. Oh, thanks, dude. All right. Thanks, Steve.
So maybe she lost her religion.
Who knows? All right. We'll be back right after this. I'm going to take all your phone calls.